Hello, everyone. I'm Plasmoy, as many like to call me, the Happy Afro. Before I begin this video, I have to actually make an update to an old one I was just recently finishing up. For those of you who have seen the Jenny Starveling review, well, let's just say a lot of things changed since I actually did that review, and now I have other things going on to include in it. So once I finished rewriting it, something changed with Jenny Starveling again. I had to rewrite that again, and then she ended up doing something totally different just last week, and now I had to rewrite it again, and all of a sudden, I became a mod for her stream. Yeah, kind of hard to be impartial when you're a moderator, but she said go ahead and do it anyway. So I have to rewrite the rewrite of the rewrite to the rewrite. That's gonna take some time, guys, and I was hoping to do it last week, and then, like Jenny Starveling is, which is one of the things I said she was good at, she changed it up so quickly that it was amazingly fast that I just didn't have time to sit down and rewrite it. So that video is coming again. Give me a little time. I'm sorry, I should have already done it, but things happened elsewhere. It's coming together. Just be patient. But one thing I was patient about years ago was the Final Fantasy VII Remake, and quite frankly, it's the remake I needed in 2010. Look, I understand that everyone's been crazy about Final Fantasy VII, and for good reason. It's a good game. Notice I did not go any further than it was a good game at the time. It's not nearly one of the best video games ever, and this is going to be one of those kind of one of those videos, and also more like a gaming rant in general, so please bear with me what I'm about to say. I'm not going to swear a lot, but there will be some cursing going on. You have been warned. So, let's just go ahead and talk about the remake as I see it right now, and quite frankly, I'm not impressed. Honestly, I think it actually looks worse than the original did. And the original's graphics, particularly, as we all know, were some of the most lame attempts of graphic capability at the time the PlayStation 1 had. I mean, even though they were still better with the background and the lighting effects, the graphics in terms of combat, even the blocky characters were still kind of standard in out of combat. But generally speaking, even for PlayStation 1 standards, the graphics sucked outright. And thus we get to now more of a open 2020 kind of motif. Oh, cool. The lighting and the special effects should be awesome, right? Well, no. They look dark, grungy, and they fell out of Final Fantasy IX. My God, I cannot stand 9's graphics, but I'll get to that point in a moment. The point of Final Fantasy VII was always it looked fun. It looked bright, upbeat, even in a dark, kind of semi-post-apocalyptic world, not really. It looked like you were enjoying it. You looked like it was so vivid and the colors just popped out at you. That's the opposite problem here. The colors look, as I like to call the Final Fantasy IX effect, too much of the same kind of dark, grungy color. You know, Final Fantasy IX's problem, it was too much gray. And that's the one thing I've held Unreal Tournament, by the way, back in the 1990s about. It was so much gray in this super sci-fi universe. I know Final Fantasy IX was more of a medieval theme, but it did not connect with me in the graphical sense. This looks like Final Fantasy IX again. It doesn't look like Final Fantasy 15, because Final Fantasy 15, even though it had its dark and monochrome moments, it still looked beautiful outside of that. I don't see that here. Also, what the freaking hey is it with an action RPG all of a sudden? Did Squaresoft all of a sudden decide to forget what made the Final Fantasy games turn-based fun? Apparently they did, because this is the second time Final Fantasy has gone to that in a row. It just doesn't work. I mean, it kind of had a pseudo action RPG element for 12, but I could get around that. We have 14, which is an online MMO. Why now? Excuse me. Why are we getting hand sanitizer? Because I have to. Godsend. Con saver. Right here. Why are we dealing with action RPGs? I have Kingdom Hearts 3 I'm still playing. Why do I need yet another one from the big X? I don't know. Somebody please explain that to me. Anybody want to answer that question about why their action RPGs not turn-based? And the active battle timer, or ABT or ATB, or whatever you want to call it, being totally removed kind of feels weird. You know, I understand cooldowns and all this, but that was part of the reason why that gameplay system was put in place. So you had time to really think about your situation instead of just, yeah, we'll just be here idle and it means absolutely nothing. If you made a mistake and didn't take your turn, you got hammered for it. Here it's more so, I grant you in an action RPG, but why would I go away from turn based? Why would I not take what worked for me back in the days up to Final Fantasy X 2, a criminally underrated Final Fantasy game, mind you? I get the problems, but they aren't game breakers unlike 13. But seriously, why would you take away from the turn based style? I don't know. Doesn't make sense. And here's one thing I have to be honest with you with. I haven't bought a PlayStation 3 or a PlayStation 4. I have no reason to buy either one of them, actually. I've stuck with the Xbox, and to me, that's been the best decision so far. Sure, I know PlayStation 4 has this graphically wise. It has a better Dynasty Warriors 9. I'm still playing Dynasty Warriors 9. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I'll take that over another action RPG open world thing like Final Fantasy 15. In fact, I'll dare say it. Final Fantasy VII's remake isn't as good as Dynasty Warriors 9 to me. Oh my gosh, really? I'm not kidding. I actually would prefer a more action oriented RPG style opposed to what we got in the remake of Final Fantasy VII. It doesn't make sense to me. I'd rather have Kingdom Hearts 3. I'd rather have Dynasty Warriors 9. Heck, for the love of the universe, I would honestly rather have Final Fantasy 15. I know it sounds stupid for me to say that, but that's part of the thing. In this day and age, those games are made for their systems now, the consoles that were actually produced. Now, the reason why I haven't bought another PlayStation game is in 2010, this would have been the perfect time for a remake. You know, it would have been an awesome moment to see Cloud get off the train at the beginning of the game and go through the reactor, slicing up any soldiers who came in his way, like the tech demo that Square Enix had for the PlayStation 3. Yes, there was an actual tech demo that Square Enix put out with Cloud jumping off the train and slashing people to pieces. Why didn't we get it then in 2010 when I would have wanted a remake? When I would have been happy to buy a PlayStation 3? I would have been immediately one of the first people on that line saying, hey, over here, Final Fantasy VII Remake, I'll take it. Now, it's just another game. I think that's the problem with it. Final Fantasy VII's lasting appeal is only to those who actually played it to begin with. It's not like, say, Final Fantasy XIV, where you can have a monthly investment into it, or even Final Fantasy XI. Hell, to me, it's not even like Final Fantasy VI, which is just an all-time classic. Yes, the graphics there were meh, but it made sense for them to be mid there. You had limited memory. You didn't have as much open world capability, even though you're on the world map. To me, Final Fantasy VII's remake actually puts one of the biggest problems with the video game industry in. We're so reliant on the AAA titles to carry everything else right now. It hurts. I mean, the PlayStation 5 is probably a year away, if not a year and a half. Nintendo Switch is already out and everyone's buying it in droves. They love the flexibility of being able to carry it. I still don't have a Switch. That's going to be rectified really soon with some tax relief money. Thank you, stimulus check, for actually putting money in our pockets instead of the Obama stupidity. I won't get political now, but point being, I'd rather have a Switch right now. I'd rather honestly get an upgrade to my computer. If this were 2010 in the PlayStation 3 era, I adore the idea. I'd definitely grab one. But right now, I have other priorities. I got to get another tooth pulled. You see, that's the other problem with this. It's coming at a time where economy might be kind of bottoming out for a little bit, but also I've got other things to go on to. Heck, just this last week, I was supposed to do the rewrite to the rewrite of the rewrite for the rewrite of the Jenny Cyberling review, and then things changed on my end as well. I had to actually go back to work. Like I said, I'm an essential employee, so I have things there that I have to take care of. Bottom line is, I don't have time for a 40 or 50 hour epic right now. I really don't. I don't have time to sit down and actually take the moments to build another video game that, I'll be honest with you, I have other games that I'm going on right now on too. Call of Duty Modern Warfare, I wasn't going to get invested in it until I actually started trying out Warzone. Even though Warzone is not, in my opinion, as good as Blackout from Blackouts 4, at least I can play that. And then I went ahead and picked up the multiplayer, which I'm enjoying a lot. It's not quite as good as Black Ops 3 multiplayer, but it's still, I'd say, better than, I think, what was it when they kind of separated the combat attack mode with the support build mode and their score streaks and kill streaks? I think it was Modern Warfare 2. When they did that, at least it's better than that one. I mean, it's kind of hard to top Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, but it's up there at least. Not good as Black Ops 4, not as good as Black Ops 3 in terms of what it presents, but at least it's up there. I'm just so busy with other games and playing other things and taking care of other business. I don't have time. I just don't. So here's the bottom line. If you like the remake, more power to you. But quite frankly, it's 10 years too late. I don't care for the graphics at all. Even the Honeybee Inn, where Cloud cross dresses, spoilers for a 20 something year old game, looks kind of, how do I put this? Wrong. And quite frankly, why would I bother making it happen again? We all know how it ended for our dear friend Aerith. I mean, Eris. I mean, the girl Sephiroth struck her sword into and killed. Oh, I'm sorry. That is also something you should have figured out by now. Stop complaining about the spoilers, also, ladies and gentlemen. We know what's going to happen. Spoiler alert. Kate Sith's a spy. Come on, this is another point. Why would I need to redo this again right now? I mean, Super Mario Maker is really that simple. You just play other people's stages. Cool. I need that right now. I don't need another epic. Perhaps I'll get into something else later on with Final Fantasy, but right now, I'm just got too much going on. I need to take care of some other business. I've gotten offers to do business with other people right now. In fact, I'm actually in talks with a website to run some stuff. So I've been a little bit tied up. Sorry, guys, but I'm just going to wait for Final Fantasy 16. Well, no more waiting on other videos. When you like, share, and subscribe. Also, donate to my PayPal at plasmoid2002@gmail.com. 2 videos definitely in the works. The Jenny Starveling rewrite of the rewrite for the rewrite by the rewrite. You get that already. The, of course, long-awaited, overdue Astros fan rant. And perhaps, hi, cutie. And perhaps, about an 80-20% overall VTuber discretion. I don't know yet. Again, I'm trying to make sure I make it to where my channel doesn't get shut down. It's like that. So I've got at least 2 videos for sure. One possible. I don't have any cons coming up because, of course, the world's still closed. That might be another video once things clear out. But until I see you guys again, later. Oh, yeah. By the way, Eris dies. Just telling you now.